In recent years, the Nigerian fitness culture has experienced remarkable growth, especially in major cities. Factors such as proliferation of fitness centers, increased health consciousness among millennials, and a desire to look good have contributed to this positive trend. Hello and welcome to Healthy Living on Trust Television, where we explore vital health topics to keep you informed and healthy. I am Aisha, Salihu. Today on the show, we will be exploring fitness, lifestyle, and its benefits to us as Nigerians. Joining us today on the program is Coach Oluwatoyin Adah, a wellness and fitness expert. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, how can you describe fitness and wellness and its importance to overall well-being?
Okay, it's simple. Fitness and wellness is, as the saying goes, is wealth. Since they say health is wealth and fitness keeps us healthy, it has to be first a lifestyle, because you can't just in one day say you can just keep being by yourself, and you have to keep a lifestyle of maintaining fitness so that you can live a healthy life and makes you free from some of those illnesses that could be avoided.
Yeah. Now, you have talked about it's more like a lifestyle, but then I'd like to know, what role would you say physical fitness play in life expectancy if we're looking at it side by side lifestyle?
Okay, you mentioned life expectancy, and it gives a whole lot of I think that's an A. It's 100% longevity strategy, because we have we're all on social media. We see the 80-year-old women who are lifting weights, who are keeping it up with their fitness life. And then people who are still upgoing. For you to see someone who is above that age, the person has some form of fitness strategy, some form of movement. Okay, it's the same thing as the machines. When you create a machine, you expect the machine to keep moving. But if you keep a car, which is one of the machines, if you keep a car immobile for a period of time, that's when you come back to that car, there are some things you must fix before you can start using it again, because it has become rusty. That's the same thing with our bones and joints and ligaments. If you don't move them, they'll become rusty. Keep moving and your life keeps moving. Yeah. So
in a nutshell, once we ensure that we have this fitness routine, we're going to have better life expectancy. Now, I like to know, when we say fitness, we're talking about exercise, right? I like for you to state categorically the role of exercise in keeping fit and what goals should one look out for. Okay, in keeping fit, first and foremost, yes, it's about exercise. But then again, it's not just about exercise. It has to go hand in hand with how you eat, what you eat, what time you eat. So I don't want to call it diet, because when you talk about diet right now, people think it's a particular meal plan you must follow. But then again, it's diet. So first of all, you need to know your body. Yes. What works for me might not work for another person based on should I use body mass? Yes, and bone strength. I might be bigger than someone else or smaller than someone else. So the type of exercise you're going to do should be dependent on your body. You don't expect someone who is on the big side, who is on the plus side, to be jumping just immediately, doing jumping jacks and high knees and all those things. They at the end would cause more harm than good to your body. That means you might start having injuries that could be avoided. So it is advisable if you want to start or want to maintain any form of fitness or using exercise now, you must have someone who is guiding you. Yes, so that you would not just ignorantly do something and, oh, I'm not getting this, no, my back is paining me, my knees are hurting or something. The person will guide you appropriately on what kind of exercises to do and what in particular you're channeling that exercise for.
Okay.
Yes.
You have stated the role of a fitness coach or say a gym expert whilst you're at the gym. And this now brings me to the question. You talked about diet earlier. We'll go back to that later on during the course of the show. But this now brings me to the part where I'd like to know what kind of exercises are there and how do we tailor them according to our goals?
Okay, so we have the muscle exercises, maybe toning, you have the cardio, and we have stretches, which is, I think that should be the number one on anybody's list. You first will stretch and get your muscles used to moving, and then the tempo of the exercise would now differ. We have HIIT, that's the high intensity impact training, and that is for, I think that's on a different level, as the name is, high intensity. But for you to maintain a lifestyle, I think I always advise you start slow, in the sense that you start with what you can maintain. Maintenance is key. It's not just about hitting the gym after a month and then you can't continue, because it's not something, you must make it something you like to do, something that you, as I said earlier, make the body move. If you love to walk a little bit extra. Take walks. If you love to, now this is even about not even going to the gym, what you can do in your personal space. Walk a little bit extra. If you can do planks, okay, these are the things that you can do in just your, we have chair exercises too that you can do. When you plank, it's, people don't really know that planking is a whole body exercise. As I said earlier, you don't have to jump and keep jumping. Jumping jacks are really exciting, you know, but then when you're doing the planks, it goes through your body, because when you do planks, some people can last for minutes, then others, after 20 seconds, you're shaking, and that's because it is, your muscles are responding to it. So in a nutshell, I'm not giving you direct exercises to do. You would have to listen to your body when you're exercising, and meet an expert. Especially for those who are just trying to get into it. Meet an expert. If it's something you're following, because I know some people follow online. You have videos online that you want to follow. Look for the ones that are appropriate to you. If you haven't been doing it over the years, if it's not part of you, you shouldn't be looking for high intensities. You should start. There's everything for beginners. So there's fitness for beginners, exercises for beginners. So you can find those kind of videos and follow them, and make sure you're consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to fitness.
Yeah, I hear you when you say consistency, because for you to start something, it is only advisable that you continue with it. And I'd like to know, over time, we've heard people talking about how it is important for you to build muscles, especially once you're, say, above 30. You have to start building muscles to help you, longevity. And also, people have different goals for visiting the gym. Some is just for for their bodies to be at par with each other, say the upper part of the body or the lower part of the body. A number of reasons people have for going to the gym. But I'd like for you to talk more on why it is necessary for youth, young adults, to take exercise seriously.
Okay, it is really important, because when you take exercise seriously from your early ages, it helps you build that stamina, if I should use that word, and helps you create and inculcate the lifestyle we're talking about. Then you move on. It keeps advancing when you keep advancing in age, you're already used to it. Unlike let's say people like our fathers who were not used to it at a point. After you're at you have social ailment, maybe you got a partial stroke or something. Like my dad, at a point, that's when he realized he wanted to start stretching. If it's something at that point, it becomes your muscles feel alien to these things. It becomes alien to your body, because where is it coming from? And then your muscles, believe me, your muscles, your entire being is a living system, is a living organism. Right. It's not just because you're breathing. So your muscles are going to start responding in ways that you would feel it's hurting because they are not used to it. So if you treat your muscles as, should I say, individuals on their own, you will know that these muscles need to be used to it. The same way you need to, you drink water every time, you eat to keep fit, to keep healthy rather, to keep alive. The muscles also need movement to keep alive. And as you're moving, there are foods, if I use that language, that you need to eat to help lubricate these parts of the body. And to help unclog those other parts of the body, if you know what I mean. You need to eat well so that you can balance, and our youth should keep moving. I'm liking the trend that people have dances, and there's every dance on TikTok or here and there that is trending and everybody wants to follow. It's not just about following it for the meantime, for the minutes you're doing it on the video, and then that is it. If we can do that and keep at it, even in your bedroom when there's no cameras, or just keep at it. So I think youth should be more into it.
Okay.
And have that, have that knowledge, so that it's going to help in future.
Okay. I don't think we'll do justice to fitness, wellness, and lifestyle without at least talking about its impact on our mental well-being. I'd like for you to explore the connection between exercise and emotional health.
Very interesting. It pumps adrenaline. That is the word I'm going to use. It's when you exercise. Try this. Going to the gym or in your workout space, however it might be. Try a few stretches. If you can advance it, keep increasing and keep increasing. Do whatever you can do to move your body. After, say, some minutes or 30 minutes, let's say if you're giving yourself 30 minutes for that workout, your mood changes. There's an obvious change in your mood. You might be tired, but you're happier. You keep smiling, or there's something just in you don't really know where the excitement is coming from, but you seem to be happy. So that is what fitness, that's what exercise does to both our mental or emotional wellness. If you keep moving, you realize that that's hormone. I'm not a doctor to know all those names, but then the adrenaline pumps and those hormones come out alive, and you feel alive. That is the word. You feel alive when you keep moving.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't help but agree with you. I have interacted with a couple of people who have visited the gym and who have actually taken this as a lifestyle, and then they tell you that their happy place is most likely when they are at the gym.
Yeah.
Now this brings me to another question. What is your take on fitness as a form of alternative medicine?
Okay, it's fitness is the alternative medicine to me, because when you tend to move your body, when you tend to keep fit, it keeps you miles away from the doctor. Just the same way they say an apple a day keeps you away from the doctor. It is very, very literal with fitness, because as I said from the opening, you need to keep moving a machine to keep it away from rustiness. Okay, so this is it. If you keep exercising, your heart keeps pumping, and that pumping keeps it healthy, and it's opening. It doesn't clog. The vessels that pump the blood are not clogged, in the sense that they are moving, and there's a lot of things that alone does, and helps you to clean your vessels, helps you to clean your inside. So there's no form of, should I say, any disease or ailments that wants to stay in that body, because exercise burns it away. Do you know that when you exercise and sweat, you are releasing some, should I say, bad toxins in your system? So you're releasing them out, and there is no way it's going to stay back in to make you sick. And again, your emotions are up and healthy. Your mental state is up and healthy. So when all these things are healthy, so there are some things that you're emotionally sick about, and then gets to your physical body, and you become sick. But when you are moving and you keep a healthy lifestyle, it keeps you really, really, really away from medication.
Indeed, fitness indeed is an alternative to medicine, just like you have stated. Let us now go on the streets of Abuja to hear from Nigerians what they think about fitness. We'll be right back.
What I understand by the term lifestyle or fitness is how a human person tends to live a life within the bounds of reason and discipline. When I mean discipline now, extends to what you eat and what you drink. Yes, because I do feel that essentially what keeps a human being, human person, is to a reasonable extent is what you eat and drink. Yes, like me, I don't smoke and I don't drink. And I feel that if you want to keep fit, there's a reasonable wisdom in taking a lot of water. That's an aspect. Then for you to be fit is the ability to be able to do things without being aided, without any support, in the sense that you can stand up on your own. If you've been sleeping and you decide to wake up, you can stand up on your own from the bed. You'll be able to run reasonably or jog reasonably. You're able to do some certain things that you don't need aid at all. That is fitness. That means you are fit. But then also, somebody can be physically fit. But when you look at the person's internal system, it doesn't mean that the person is all right.
You have to work out, you have to do exercise, because if you notice now, I don't know, the other day I was passing by and I saw old men, they were trying to jog. I'm sure it was their medical practitioner that told them to actually undergo exercise like that, probably because of the hypertension whatsoever. I'm not into the medical field, but I think because of some medical reasons they have to just engage in exercises like that. You understand? So that is basically what I feel. And everybody has his or her own niche where he or she can work out on, do sport or whatsoever like that.
When we are talking about the fitness, we are talking about the health conditions and then the lifestyle, how people look based on their dressing, based on what they are eating, based on their social needs. We do exercise to keep fit, and we do providing fees to keep fit in our society.
Fitness has to do with one's well-being, being capable of or being able to function maximally in any field, being able to perform your task without any form of pains, without any sickness by the side, without any reason to feel you shouldn't walk, like being normal. Your body is normal. I don't work out like often, but most times I trek to some places and I see that as a part of workout.
Welcome back. Yeah, there you have it from Nigerians on the street, what they think about fitness and lifestyle. Now, according to World Health Organization, the prevalence of physical inactivity in Nigeria is estimated to be around 27.5%. This means that approximately 1 in 4 Nigerians does not engage in sufficient physical activity to maintain a good health. What do you think about this?
Nigerians have a lot of troubles. But then, well, I think I might want to agree. I might want to agree with that statistics because I've had people who would come in to, please, what can I do? They would ask you, what can I do to stay fit? I really want my tummy to go down. When you meet the ladies, that's like one of the first things. Or I really want my butt to grow out. Or I want this thing to move. I want to reduce. I want to lose weight. Weight loss is a trend right now, but a lot of people don't have the tenacity or the discipline. And I think if we can awaken our discipline as Nigerians to not just engage in dance TikTok videos, but really engage in fitness activities, that is going to help. We tend to trivialize it. I think that's the word.
we tend to trivialize these things and feel, oh, it's just there. It's just workouts. But it's not just workouts. If you start, as I said in the beginning, that some people they'll meet you and say they want to do this. Okay, I have this routine for you. Do this or follow this routine. Oh, my tummy started aching me so much and then I stopped. Or have you done it? No. Have you done this? I started. Well, I'll continue. So that continuity is what we lack. If we can have that continuity, yes, your body will pain you for a bit. There is no exercise that you're not going to feel pain. Some form of pain when you're introducing it to the muscles. But then if you can be consistent, you would have the result you're looking for.
But then again, you would agree with me that as much as you say the continuity is not there, you'd agree with me that over time this has evolved. Now, I'd like to hear from you. How do you think the Nigerian fitness culture has evolved over the past decade, then and now?
Yeah, we go with the trend, and I think that is what is trending now. Everybody is keeping fit. We have likes of our icons who have their videos everywhere, and wow, they look good even at their age. They are old enough to maybe start using wheelchairs or walking sticks like our Nollywood icons of then, but they are still very, very healthy. If you agree with me, I'm trying not to mention anybody's name here, but then if you go online, you see that they are living the healthy life, and they are putting their life out there. They are putting out there what they do. Like this particular person I'm talking about, she puts her lifestyle for every day. You see different videos of her gymming up. She's having some form of workout or the other, and then you see how fresh she looks. And then we want to emulate. Nigerians would like to emulate what is good. So it is a trend that is coming up, and believe me, I think it's spreading like wildfire.
I think we all know who you're talking about, but then just so we don't risk mentioning any name on the show, I'd like to also know, it's not enough that we talk about exercise, keeping fit, but let's look at the gym now. A lot of people believe when you're talking about exercise, it has to be gym, I just want you to, state out why it doesn't necessarily have to be the gym, and what other exercise or form of exercise or places we can do these kinds of exercises and we'll still go on and achieve our goals.
Okay, it doesn't have to be the gym. Yes, but then if you go to the gym, you have the liberty of meeting a coach. If that gym has a proper coach for not just building, because mind you, we have different exercises, as we mentioned. You have to meet the coach as what you want to do. But then again, outside the gym, what can you do? I mentioned earlier, you could take walks. You could do planks. Planks are just in your space. You could do chair exercises. You could do stretches. Start with stretches every time and end with stretches. And you could skip. Yes, skipping does a lot of work. It's a cardiovascular exercise. And then you could just make sure you have your body moving. Okay, we sometimes would say, I don't have enough to enroll in a gym. Do you have water bottle? That is one improvised way of lifting weights. Just enough weight to tone down your muscles. You could fill it up with water, or sand and water, or sand, depending on the kg you're trying to achieve. But that is the way you have sand everywhere and you have bottles everywhere. Pick one and lift it up. Circle your arms, do the things you need to do. This is not an exercise show, so I am trying not to move my body to show you the things you need. But then those are things you can do. There are little things you can do in your corner. And if you must call a friend in, there's joy in numbers. There's joy in sharing your space with someone. And if you could do 30 minutes before, when you're doing it with somebody, you're gisting and you're still doing the right things you need to do, it looks as though time is passing conveniently while you are doing the things you need to do, and you're also happy about it.
Okay, now just before we let you go, I'd like for you to state out how we can bridge the gap between awareness and motivation.
Okay. How can we bridge the gap?
The gap.
It's okay to be aware. Then I think everyone should look for that thing they love to do. That which you love to do is going to help bridge that gap. That is what is going to motivate you. I said, do you love to walk? Some people love to take long walks. Make that your motivation. Just decide to walk. Even if you're headed nowhere, maybe start with going around your street. Or then again, if you're going to buy something, if you need to get something from the superstore or the pharmacy or somewhere that is around your house or around your vicinity, try not to take a kenapep or try not to drive. Why not just take a walk? If it's under the sun, well, the sun helps sometimes, except if it's raining, but try as much as possible to take those walks. That is one way to bridge that gap, because you're doing what you love to do. And then in the fitness arena, that is the first thing I ask people. You want to lose weight, what do you love to do? What do you love to do? Find that thing, because I can't give you let me refer to jumping jacks again. I know a lot of people would be lazy to do that, and I can't tell you to do that, and maybe you pay me for that and you don't see results. No, that's not what we're doing. You need to love that thing you're doing. If you really like activities, hyper activities, okay, yes, let's go ahead. Let's jump some ropes, let's do this, let's lift some weights and go around it. But if you don't like those kind of things, what do you love to do? You need to research that, and that is the only way you can bridge the gap.
Thank you so much, Coach Oluwatoyin Adah. That's the much we can take. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us today. In the intricate symphony of life, wellness takes center stage. Our bodies, minds, and spirits harmonize when we prioritize fitness and well-being. From the rhythmic beat of our hearts during exercise to the quiet moments of meditation, each choice contributes to our vitality. Remember, wellness isn't a luxury, it is a necessity. So lace up those sneakers, savor wholesome meals, and nurture your soul. Your well-being is the masterpiece you create one step, one breath, one mindful choice at a time. Just before we let you go, we're going to leave you with some tips about fitness. And that concludes this week's episode of the program, Healthy Living on Trust Television. For comments, contributions, and suggestions, do well to subscribe to all Trust TV's social media handles. Join us next time as we continue to explore subjects crucial to your health and well-being. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thank you for your time.